We are living now in the streaming age, the world of the streaming wars, if you will. And it's been, as everybody predicted, getting more and more expensive. Gone are the days when Disney Plus launched at what, $6.99? I think they launched Disney Plus at $6.99. I remember
it was either that or $7.99.
Or $5.99 because it was $6, I think.
Yeah, it was either 6 or 7. I can't remember, but I remember I was at that garbage event D23.
Oh.
And you know, and that's the day when they released and announced it. Now we're launching and you get pre-sales for Disney Plus, and they had this. Now it's like $16 or whatever, and it looks like it's only going higher. And we've talked about on the show before that the number one enemy of the streaming services is not piracy. It's not movie theaters. It's churn. Churn is the number one enemy of streaming services. And again, churn is when somebody like you or me signs up for a service to watch a show. And when that show is done, we cancel the service. And then maybe we'll sign back up again in a few months when another show comes on that we want to watch or something else is on there, right? They're trying to combat churn. Well, Disney and HBO or Warner Brothers, whatever, I don't care what they call themselves now. Disney and Warner Brothers Discovery think they have found a way to help combat churn, and it's a pretty good idea because according to Deadline, Disney is now entering and creating a bundle deal with Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO Max, also just known as Max, but I will still call it HBO Max. This comes to us from Deadline, who wrote the following. Disney and Warner Brothers Discovery are breaking ground in streaming with a bundled offering featuring Disney Plus, Hulu, and Max. The companies are aiming to launch the bundle this summer. The exact launch date and the price point have not yet been announced, but plans call for both ad-free and ad-supported versions to be available. The move creates the first cross-company partnership for any of the top-tier streaming services to come to market as the race to catch up with Netflix began in earnest about 5 years ago. It follows years of speculation and public musings by top executives about when building across the industry might reduce friction and begin to make streaming more cost-effective for programmers and consumers alike. Pay TV operators long suffered as a third-party bundlers in the cable package, but while distribution deals with the likes of Roku and Amazon are key to any streaming service gaining traction, it's mostly every app for itself in the streaming era. All right. I always believed eventually something like this would happen, but I confess, I thought we were still a number of years away from this happening. And I think this is a great idea for a couple of reasons. Number one, we have not yet seen the price point, but I guarantee it will be a cheaper price point than having them individually.
Yeah.
So like, let's, for arguments, I can't remember the exact cost right now, but let's say I'm paying $15 for Max and I'm paying $15 for Disney Plus. That's $30. I bet you the bundle is going to be like 24 or something along those lines, right? So number one, it's going to save us money. Number two, it is going to reduce churn. Because, okay, yeah, maybe I'm done now watching, I don't know, Agatha on Disney Plus, but I ain't going to cancel my bundle because House of the Dragon.
Yeah, you'd be giving up so much more now.
Yeah, now you are literally, that's it exactly, Jonathan. By canceling, you are actually giving up a lot more than if you're just subscribed to one of the individual deals. So listen, anytime that one of these companies can come up with something that is A, good for them, and B, good for us, I'm all for it. Now, will it work? I'm not sure.
I think their only problem now is that it's too long of a name. They should call it like one name. Maybe call it Cable.
Maybe call it Cable.
Maybe even
Cable Plus.
Force you to get a little box with a remote
that a wire runs into your house and plugs into your TV.
We're going back.
Everything's heading backwards, man. Everything's heading backwards.
It's certainly positioned as like an alternative to Netflix, not necessarily
Yes.
Netflix killer, but something that can compete in the marketplace with that Goliath and the other ones like Amazon and Apple.
How would you feel if you were Netflix, knowing that these huge streaming platforms have to join in order to? I'll be walking around like Netflix, like, yep.
I'll be honest with you.
Oh, Amazon too.
I don't think we are that far away from Netflix themselves joining into some kind of a bundling deal. Churn is also an enemy of Netflix. And the reason I could see them joining into a bundling deal with somebody is not because they're afraid of the competition, but just as a way to advance their own business by reducing churn. So, I mean, listen, we've already seen some of these partnerships, but not between streamers. So wasn't it, which one of the carriers, I don't know if it was Verizon.
It was
Yeah,
Verizon.
if you got a new Verizon plan, you got Disney Plus thrown into it and something else.
It was an awesome price for like a bundle.
Yeah, it was crazy
like
good.
$20 for like
Because
Max.
Verizon was subsidizing it.
Right.
And just this past week, Mint Mobile announced that if you sign up,
Plus.
Ryan Reynolds put his face there on screen and said, hey, if you sign up for Mint Mobile right now, you get Paramount Plus for as long as it exists, but you get Paramount Plus. So we've seen those streaming partnering with other industries. But seeing now the actual, and two of the big heavyweight streamers partnering together, this is pretty impressive.
And they're big competitors. I mean, I won't be doing this bundle because I'm getting Max free through my AT&T fiber.
That makes sense.
So, and it wasn't like a 1 year. It's just like, it just goes on.
Always?
So I've never paid for Max.
So as long as
dang.
you're on AT&T, you get Max for free?
Yep.
That's actually a pretty good
But
deal.
I think the big question here is what happens with Peacock, right? If we were just talking about
That is the big
Paramount Plus going away essentially, right?
They're going to team up with
right?
Netflix.
Then Peacock is sort of the one that's just sort of standing alone. Will they end up joining this bundle because they have no choice almost?
So who else do we got though? So you've got, who are the main players now? As of now, let's take Paramount Plus out of it.
Right. So then it's Peacock, Disney Plus, and Max, and then the other three streamers:
Well, then we got Amazon,
Apple, Netflix, Hulu.
right, and Disney. I mean,
then
Hulu's
there are
basically a
niche
part of
ones.
Disney Plus already. Yeah. So we're already starting to see this contraction in the business. But you're right. What does Peacock? Because listen, while Peacock is not one of the major players in the streaming world,
Right.
Comcast is a huge, very cash-rich company. And they're going to want to make, that's Universal, by the way.
Right.
They're going to want to make moves of their own. So I don't know, maybe he's on the phone with Jeff Bezos and trying to work out maybe an Amazon deal or something. I don't know.
Let's not forget they're going to be losing the WWE next year. So that's one of the Peacock's big.
Because, they're losing Raw.
Oh, they're
I know-
just losing Raw?
Well, I don't know if they're just losing Raw, but I know
Oh, yeah, you're right. It
Netflix is
just
only
Raw.
getting Raw.
Oh, okay.
Like they're
Sorry.
not getting SmackDown, or as far as I know, they're not. And then you're right, like Apple becomes a possible thing. I mean, Apple is more cash rich than any of the other players here. So I mean, they could always just maybe offer a combined deal because Apple's putting out some incredible content.
They better
just
go
don't have all
somewhere.
the viewers.
They better go somewhere because the Office news that we talked about yesterday.
Yep, going on Peacock.
I'm going to be watching that for sure.
I know
At least
that-
the first episode.
I know that Peacock does have a deal with DirecTV because with DirecTV,
Yes, they do. Yep.
you can get it for $4.99 a month, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to thank a sponsor of today's video, Mint Mobile. My favorite spring cleaning takeaway is the post-clean clarity you get. Wow, how have I been living like this? It's kind of like when you find out that you've been paying a fortune for wireless when Mint Mobile has phone plans for just $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. My last mobile service provider was quite good, but ever since I switched to Mint Mobile, I've enjoyed even better coverage, better phone clarity, and I'm paying less than a third of what I paid to my old provider. Say goodbye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bills to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions may apply. See Mint Mobile for details. Guys, what do you think? I personally love this. I'm going to be canceling my current Max and Disney Plus thing as soon as this comes out. And I'm going to sign up for the bundle. I'll probably get the ad-free bundle, but whatever. I mean, I think this is great for everybody. How do you guys see this? What's the next big move that's going to happen in the world of streaming? Because you know how this stuff works, right? Like once the seal gets broken, you usually start to see a lot of activity very quickly. So I don't think we're going to have to wait a month to find out what Peacock does, what Paramount does, what Apple does, what Amazon does. Anyway, whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.